house is a little crazy tonight. These guys have volunteered to be my audience. You talk about a tough crowd. All right. All right. Welcome and glad you're here today. If you ever just on just any given day was thinking, man, sure would be nice to have a chicken sandwich and a nice cold glass of lemonade. Yeah, I thought so. Several of you nodding your heads. I like it. And you know what? That combination came from Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about Chick-fil-A just for a little bit. I want to, as we get started, I want to look back at the history of Chick-fil-A and kind of, we're doing this speech over fast food, and Chick-fil-A is the one that I chose, and I want to look at the history, the value of the market that they have, how much money that they're generating, and why is it that people just seem to love Chick-fil-A. The founder of Chick-fil-A is a guy named Truett Cathy. Funny story, when I was 16 years old, I actually got to meet the guy in Longview, Texas, but he said this, he has a good quote. He says, "We change the world and ourselves by our response to unexpected opportunities." So sometimes in life you have opportunities come your way, didn't expect it. You think he was a, say, 14-year-old guy and he thought, hey, I'll invent a chicken sandwich. Nope, it just kind of happened. And look where he is today. So Truett Cathy said that in 1940, he opened his very first restaurant. It was called the Dwarf House. That's a funny name, but he called it the Dwarf House, and the Dwarf House sold a lot of hamburgers and steaks and things like that. And so that was according to Andrew Mishler. And they sold all those kind of things, and over several years, it transitioned into chicken instead of beef, and the chicken sandwich was kind of created. And it was replaced, the beef was replaced by the chicken sandwich. You can find all that on Chickfila.com. The Dwarf House, though, according to Mike Kahn, was kind of like an old school diner. You could go up to a bar and sit down at the stool and kind of order what you wanted. And it kind of had that old 50s style. And there's still Dwarf Houses around kind of the Atlanta, Georgia area even today. But the first official Chick-fil-A that Truett Cathy opened was in 1967 in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, if you take from 1967, skip forward a bunch of years to today, we see a lot of big difference. The Chick-fil-A company has expanded tremendously, and their market value and like how much the company is worth is enormous, and it's exploding, and the finances are, and they're just kind of wiping all these other fast food places out. And I just think it's kind of cool. You have the guy named Bud Hodges. He wrote in his book that Chick-fil-A is soon going to be in all 50 states. Right now, they're in 47 states. I would ask you which ones they're not in. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. It's Alaska, Hawaii, and I don't know why, but New Hampshire. So, but they're going to be in those states soon. Also, 2016, there was 1,832 Chick-fil-A's. 2017, 1,939. So what they're expecting is about 100 stores a year that they're growing. So by this time next year, they're expecting over 2,100 stores. That's crazy when you think about that. Now, one thing that Chick-fil-A does not do that people think that they do is called franchising. And they're not a franchise. What they are is they allow someone to come in and kind of operate their store. It allows the Chick-fil-A company to keep their core values, and allows them to have a lot more say and control of what goes on in the store. A Chick-fil-A owner or operator guy, he's only allowed to operate one store. The reason is so that he doesn't lose focus and he gets spread too thin and starts worrying about too many things, and then people don't know who he is in his business, meaning his employees don't really know the guy. Chick-fil-A wants them to know their guys. So And I say all that to say, get to this, because this is my favorite part of the speech. This point that I'm going to make right here is that talking about why is Chick-fil-A so darn popular. I think that Chick-fil-A is popular not only because of the lemonade. I mean, come on, it's pretty good. They got great sweet tea. That chicken sandwich, it's good stuff. Now, some people are crazy about the waffle fries. Not my thing. But if you put some Chick-fil-A sauce on a waffle fry, that's good stuff. So but there's a lot of things that's good about Chick-fil-A, but the reason I believe that it's so popular is because when if you don't believe me, it's popular, go by there at lunchtime. The drive-through line, there's 20 to 30 cars standing out there. And then Chick-fil-A has even brought their employees outside, taking orders outside to kind of streamline and make this a little bit better situation and make things go faster. But their customer service is what I believe sets them apart. You can go into this fast food place and these people take care of you. Next time you go, if you go with a friend, see how many times you can get the employees to say, "My pleasure." All you gotta do is say, "Thank you," and they'll go, "My pleasure." So, see how many times they'll do it, and it truly seems to be their pleasure. They're here to serve, they're here to give, and they take pride also in taking care of their employees. There are not many companies or fast food restaurants that do these things. Like, they give them Sundays off because they're closed. The reason they give them off is because they want their employees to have an opportunity to spend time with family, to go to church if they desire, and so just to have time to rest. They also, in some places, they start employees out at $16 an hour. Not many fast food places do that. They give them a flexible schedule. They offer scholarships. As a matter of fact, Chick-fil-A, since 1973, has given out over $35 million in scholarship money. And just so that you guys know, I was one of them. I got that scholarship. I think my wife might have too. She did. But to bring this to a close, let me remind you of the value that Truett Caffey had, in his dwarf house, in his Chick-fil-A or his chicken sandwich, and it's proven itself in the market value of Chick-fil-A, and that the company is just exploding in profit margins, and most of all, Chick-fil-A seems to value its customers and its employees. Thank you.